to survive. That was my WrestleMania used to have a theme song. I bet you didn't know that. And I bet you wish you still didn't know that. All right, so today we are going to book WrestleMania 42 way too early. I mean, SummerSlam just happened. This is an idea from patron Bishop Marley, and we might as well just make it a series. He says I should do it every 3 months, so why not? Let's do it. You know, he's my boss. Patrons are the boss. So here we go. I'm going to say we're going to do night one. We're going to do 7 matches per card. This WrestleMania was only 6 per card, but historically it's been 7. So we're going to go historically here. Let's go with an opening match for night 1, WrestleMania 42. I'm thinking it's going to be... Let's go. Let's start off hot. Let's start off hot with Eio Sky versus Rhea Ripley. These two have made it's become a big deal that Rhea Ripley has never beat Eio Sky, never pinned her whatsoever, and it seems like they're kind of going their separate ways for the moment. This match could definitely happen on any card leading into it, but I don't know. This is a good, juicy mountain for Rhea to climb that doesn't necessarily need a title involved. So yes, let's go with that right there, even though I could see a title being involved, honestly. I bet Rhea's the champion or something like that. Rhea's probably the champion, and Eio is going for it, and this is, so it's double jeopardy. Keep the title, pin Eio Sky, and so I could see that. That's a big, meaty, juicy storyline for this PLE. Let's get the World Heavyweight Championship out of the way, though. This belt right here, I think, will be defended on night 1, and I think it's going to be Sami Zayn, actually, as the challenger, because, hear me out, Sami Zayn, his storyline right now is how he's desperate to win the World Championship the right way, right? He wants to do it the right way, but he's gonna be a world champion, and they really have been talking about this, Sami Zayn becoming this champion for before King of the Ring. I know that. I think right after WrestleMania, he started talking to Jey Uso about how he wants to become the World Heavyweight Champion, and so I think they're going to pay it off at WrestleMania. For a long time, I thought it was going to be against Seth Rollins. I don't think so anymore, but I do think that Sami will get the shot by winning the Royal Rumble. You're like, Sami Zayn, the winner of the Royal Rumble? I mean, come on, last year, who would have thought that Jey Uso would be the winner of the Royal Rumble? Plus, they're in Saudi Arabia, and as I believe the only wrestler who actually speaks Arabic, they love him there. They love Sami Zayn there, and I think that Sami will be challenging for this title. Before I tell you who his challenger is, what about you? Would you like to challenge for this title? All you got to do to win it is comment below, subscribe to the channel, and once I hit 20,000 subscribers on my quest to quit my day job, I'm going to give it away. All you got to do, like I said, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell, ding, 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 notification, and you can win said belt right here. Not a toy, it's a replica, and it's about, I think, $600. So, like, we're almost at 20,000. Give me a like. All right, so who do I think that Sami is going to be up against? Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso is going to win back the title, and it's going to be Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn, because then it's not just the quest of Sami trying to become champion, but now it's they have that friendship. They have a friendship, and Jey Uso, he won last year, and so there's just a lot going on right here. I'll explain how Jey Uso got the title, because he won it from Seth freaking Rollins. I'll explain, because that will lead into Seth's match itself. But for WrestleMania, it's Sami versus his best friend Jey, and will they fight? How will they fight? How will they handle the pressure of this as they both try to be world champion? All right, let's back it up. We'll talk the main event in a minute. Spoiler alert, the main event for night 1 is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. We'll talk about it later, though. Other matches I got on here is we can do I think we'll have another celebrity match. I do think we'll have another celebrity match, and it's going to be Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny. I've been like, of all the celebrity matches, this would be like, this is the dream celebrity match, because these are the two celebrities that like really elevated the expectations of a celebrity, and I think it's like, it's money. That is a money match right there. Both are extremely talented. Logan Paul being more so, but that's because now he has more matches under his belt, and he can do that character of his where he wants to gatekeep celebrities and part-timers away from WWE. And Bad Bunny, well, he'd be perfect, a perfect foil. But I'm thinking we can even add more to this. What if Jelly Roll is in Bad Bunny's corner, and we can play off of SummerSlam? And that would be interesting. Maybe Jelly Roll, he comes out and he's like, you need a match at WrestleMania, and Logan Paul, having already beat Jelly Roll, is like, oh yeah, totally, let's go. You want one more time, Jelly Roll? But then Jelly Roll's, oh no, not me, but I'll be in his corner. Bad Bunny! So that would be there. Or, that would be interesting, that would be there. Very astute, Chop. No, that would be very interesting. We could have that for sure. Or if they do want to put Jelly Roll in, you could always do The Miz. Maybe The Miz and Logan Paul, they make up, and you could do Miz, Logan Paul versus Jelly Roll and Bad Bunny. I don't want that. I do respect Jelly Roll and how much respect he gave back to the business, but I would rather it just be Logan Paul, Bad Bunny. All right, next up will be a women's tag team championship match. I don't know how exactly we get here, but it's going to be the two women power trip, Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is totally unhinged right now, holding down talent, and I love it. Charlotte Flair has become a good guy because of Alexa Bliss. I think that their relationship will crumble at some point, and Becky and her, who have been pretty much at odds their entire career, I think they put that all aside and they become a two women power trip. Hopefully Bayley is with them as well. I would love for those three to just be trying to hold everybody down. You know, put Nikki Bella in there as well. That would be sweet. And then, you know, just the old timers just being like, no way, we're not ready to go. And who are they going to fight? It's going to be a random pairing, kind of. I don't know how we get there, but I just can't leave these two off the card. Liv Morgan has to be a part of this. I think when Liv Morgan comes back from her injury, she's going to be red hot, and I think she's going to carry it for pretty much the rest of her career. Now, will she be always as red hot as when she gets back? No, but I think now she's top level elite main event talent from this point forward. And I think Stephanie Vaquer is the future. I think she's the future of WWE. So I could see, like, who knows, like maybe the two women power trip are bullying both of them, but separately. And so that's why they come together. But yeah, it's kind of random, but it gets them on the card. Now I could see Stephanie being left off the card and them giving it to someone else, you know, even Mariah May. But like, I'm thinking Stephanie, people are just, they love her aura, so I think that she forces her way on this card. Maybe not the best storyline, because the women tag teams division is typically overlooked, but it is a storyline nonetheless. Drew McIntyre, I think, is going to kind of get overlooked again, and I also think LA Knight is going to get overlooked again, and ironically, they'll be the two fighting each other. And it's not like, you know, it'll be a good match and everything. It's like kind of that good match of upper mid-card to main event talent fighting each other with no real meat to it, but still like something that is better than you expect. I know when LA Knight fought AJ Styles like 2 years ago, that was kind of like an inconsequential feud. That was better than we expected. Last year, it was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. That was inconsequential to the bigger picture, but it was still entertaining. So now we're taking LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, probably at the Rumble, and that's how their feud goes. I wish Drew was in the main event or something, but that's where we're at with this. Then we'll go to, I think there'll be a TNA type of match here where we have AJ Styles. This could be AJ Styles' last match forever, or at least his last WWE WrestleMania match, because he said he's pretty much retired at 50, and this is like, I think either this or WrestleMania 43 could be his last. So I think he's going to get a marquee match with Trick Williams. Trick Williams, I believe, gets called up the roster. The guy is ready. This guy is so ready to be on the main roster. I thought he was ready like months ago, but I was wrong. The Trick that is right now in NXT and TNA is like brilliant and amazing, and I think he comes to the main roster, and maybe the feud starts off with AJ just having a problem with how Trick treated TNA, because he is the TNA champion right now, so it could literally be based off of Trick Williams just being this like rookie who paid no respect to TNA, and AJ Styles saying, you know what, I'm Mr. TNA. And bonus points if we get a special guest referee in, I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry becomes the special guest referee here. That would be money. And now we're at the main event. That's 6 matches. The main event, number 7, will be Seth freaking Rollins versus Roman Reigns. I thought we were going to get this at SummerSlam. Thought we were going to get this at WrestleMania 41, but it hasn't happened. And from now until WrestleMania 41, who does Roman fight at WrestleMania 41? It has to be a big deal. And I don't have him fighting for a championship. Therefore, it can only be a couple people, and I think Seth Rollins is the perfect choice. We don't have much longer with Roman Reigns, so we got to get some of these matches done that will like put a closure on his career, on some of these long-standing feuds, and this would be the perfect opportunity. Give them the main event. Let them go, close out this Shield and everything storyline that has had so many ups and downs. I think Seth Rollins will be challenging, like maybe at Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins fights Jey Uso, defending his title, and Roman Reigns costs Seth his title, helps his cousin Jey Uso win against Jey, and that's how Jey gets the title and fights Sami, and then Roman and Seth, well, then their beef continue. Maybe later in the match, Seth could come out and eliminate Roman, even though he's not a part of the match. You know how that is. For some reason, if you're not part of the Royal Rumble, you can still eliminate other people. We have that go on, and then they can go all the way to Mania just hating each other. Or you could do this at Elimination Chamber as well. Doesn't matter. End result, Seth and Roman one-on-one to finally close that feud right there, and that's your night 1. Let's go to night 2. Night 2, we're going to open up with a women's triple threat. That seems that the women like to show up and show out, and the triple threat is a good one to start with. This time we're doing Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair versus Naomi. There will be a title on the line in this as well. There doesn't need to be, but I think there will be. And maybe not. Maybe they don't have one. Do I have it on this or not? Let me see. Yeah, no, there's a title on the line for this one. Okay, so yes, those 3, the story's already there. Story's already there. We just got to keep all 3 apart from each other until WrestleMania. But the beautiful thing is you can do combination of Jade versus Bianca, Jade versus Naomi, which they've already done, and then Naomi versus Bianca until we get to WrestleMania. Probably in the Elimination Chamber, this is where that feud picks up once more. But yeah, that's an easy one. Instantly start off night 2 with that. And then what else we got? Oh, what about Randy Orton versus Braun Breaker? Gotta give RKO something. Braun Breaker, he's super hungry. He wants something. He's like, I need to move up the card. And well, you know what, Randy? You were once a legend killer. What if I became a legend killer? Dogs are barking. So like somehow, some way, those two, they go at it, and it's an easy one. It's just a young rookie hungry, and the older talent trying to stay relevant, and we can go there. There's your match right there. We're gonna do tag team chaos, tag team. They've done multiple. There's they just did a ladder match at SummerSlam with 6 tag teams. There was also a ladder match. Well, that was a TLC. There was a ladder match at WrestleMania 40 for the unified titles to split them up. And I just say we do it again. We do something. I don't know what exactly it is. It could be musical chairs. Could be musical chairs, tag team musical chairs. But somehow, some way, we're going to have a multi-man tag team match for the titles. And don't laugh. There was actually a musical chair segment that determined the #1 contender way long ago on Monday Night Raw. So don't ever come at me and say this is the worst WWE product has ever been. No. A musical chair game determined the challenger one time. Chris Jericho won, by the way. Bonus points if you know who is the GM that actually made that happen or who picked that stipulation. But yeah, I could just see a tag team match. So let's start to get some tears going. We got, oh man, could it be Grande Americano? No, I'm thinking they love getting Dominic. They love getting Dominic on the card. Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. Retirement match. Or Mask versus Stash. Mask versus Stash, maybe retirement match even. But yeah, we have the Mask versus Stash. If it's a retirement match, well, Ray can lose, take off the mask. Or if we just want that moment of laughing at Dominic, he has to shave off his mustache. Either way, that's a solid match right there. I think we need to give the victory, though, to Dominic Mysterio. The guy's his own man, and I've been hearing Ray say that it's almost time to hang up the boots. So let's do that one right there. Let's call up another guy. From NXT. I was watching NXT yesterday, and man, it is just stacked. These guys are both so ready. So we got Trick Williams on night 1. We're bringing in Oba Femi for night 2. Oba Femi is going to come, and I struggle with who to put him against. At first, I'm like, do I put him against Braun Breaker? What about Brock Lesnar? But then I think Jacob Fatu needs somebody. Maybe if we call up Oba Femi soon enough, we can have Oba just kind of like beating up a bunch of talent enhancement people, and then he moves on to like Tozawa and Otis, and then finally he lands on Jacob Fatu. Somehow, some way. Gotta get Jacob Fatu on there. Gotta get Oba Femi on there. This is just like Big Meaty Man Meat slapping Big Meaty Man Meat. I don't know how Big Meaty Man Meat became a wrestling term, but it is. And I guess I have to say it every once in a while, but this one definitely would deserve and constitute that. We got two more matches. We're gonna do who's gonna fight Brock Lesnar. I never in a million years did I think Brock Lesnar would be back in WWE, but he's here, so someone's got to fight him. I don't think he has much longevity in him after John Cena, so someone's got to retire him. And if rumors are true, they're going to let Gunther be John Cena's last match. So that would then mean that Gunther will have retired John Cena and retired He Who Shall Not Be Named. Starts with a G, ends with a Oldberg, and he's a very horrible wrestler. Whoever that was, that's who I'm referring to right now. And so if Gunther has those two under his retirement belt, what if he got Brock too? And they did tease Brock versus Gunther a while back, and Gunther has said that Brock Lesnar is his dream opponent. Therefore, Brock versus Gunther, this might be our only opportunity to get it on the grandest stage of them all, so let's do it here. And if he retires him, even better, because then Gunther can have like multiple people. That could be his gimmick. He'll be like not just the legend killer, but the career killer. And now we go to our final match, which is the main event. The main event, Cody Rhodes, he has the championship. He's the undisputed. Actually, I don't think they call it undisputed anymore. I think they're calling it just the WWE Championship again. So if he still holds it, and that's going to be CM Punk. I think they're holding off for CM Punk. If you look at the last two Royal Rumbles before Mania, each week before, Punk and Cody will have a verbal joust, or they'll talk. They'll be in the ring, and it'll be really cool, and the chemistry is really good. But then then CM Punk loses, or Cody wins, or something happens. I don't know. Whatever happens, it happens. And so this year, I already got Sammy winning, so CM Punk wins the Elimination Chamber, and we finally get this. This would be a huge match. Like, the only one bigger than this, or equal, I could see. You could always do Brock versus Cody, but nah, I'm thinking Randy versus Cody would be very, very good here. Or Roman and Seth for this title. But otherwise, Punk and Cody make a lot of sense. And maybe this is the thing that turns Cody bad guy. I don't know. Maybe it turns CM Punk bad guy. Who knows? But whatever the case may be, this then allows CM Punk to also main event night 2 of WrestleMania, even though, if you go by WWE Unreal documentary on NXT, you can see that CM Punk feels that his main eventing WrestleMania dream has come true. So it's not necessarily needed. So maybe he can just go to night 2 and just enjoy the moment and feud with Cody Rhodes. But that's who I think is going to happen. Cody versus CM Punk. Now, there are people that I left off the card. I left off Damian Priest. I tried to get him on, but I only had so many spots. But if I could, I would definitely have booked Carmelo Hayes. But I just don't think he's going to have... I don't think he's going to get his spot. I just don't. I almost put him, though. We could always do Carmelo Hayes. You could add Carmelo Hayes to Trick Williams, AJ Styles. That would be interesting. You could still have the TNA dynamic, but then you could have Carmelo Hayes and the Trick dynamic from NXT. So, like, if we wanted to be a little bold, we could throw Carmelo in that match on night 1. But otherwise, I don't really got stuff for everybody. This was a great idea from Bishop Marley. I'll do this again in 3 months, or at the very least, I'll do it after Survivor Series. And then I'll do it again after Royal Rumble, and we'll see where we're at. All right, boys, girls, let me know some of your predictions for WrestleMania 42. What are some matches that you see happening? Comment below, win the championship, like the video, be awesome as usual. Boys, girls, have a great day. Bye.